The Book of Fate Mythologies. What if I told you that across every corner of our world, ancient civilizations believed that your entire life story was already written in a cosmic book before you were even born? Welcome to the mesmerizing world of the Book of Fate Mythology, where destiny meets divine record-keeping. From the frozen fjords of Scandinavia to the sun-baked temples of ancient Egypt, cultures separated by thousands of miles and centuries shared one remarkable belief. Somewhere in the cosmic realm, supernatural beings meticulously recorded every human life in mystical books. These weren't ordinary books made of paper and ink, but divine ledgers that contained the threads of fate itself. In Norse mythology, the Norns, three powerful sisters named Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld, sat beside the Well of Fate beneath the world tree Yggdrasil. These ancient beings didn't just observe destiny, they actively wove it into existence. Urd represented the past, Verdandi the present, and Skuld the future. Together, they maintained the cosmic records of every soul's journey, inscribing fates that even the mighty gods couldn't alter. But the Norse weren't alone in this belief. Ancient Egyptian mythology spoke of Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom and writing, who maintained the divine library of all human deeds. During the weighing of the heart ceremony in the afterlife, Thoth would consult his records to determine whether a soul deserved eternal paradise or complete annihilation. Your entire moral scorecard was already documented in his celestial books. The concept traveled eastward too. In Islamic tradition, the preserved tablet, known as Allah al-Mahfuz, contains everything that has happened and will happen until the Day of Judgment. This divine book exists beyond time and space, holding the blueprint of creation itself. Angels constantly reference this cosmic database, ensuring that divine will unfolds exactly as written. Hinduism presents us with the Akashic Records, an ethereal library where every thought, word, and action of every soul throughout time is permanently stored. These records aren't kept in a physical location, but exist in the Akasha, the primary substance of creation. Mystics and spiritual seekers have long attempted to access these records to understand their soul's journey across multiple lifetimes. Greek mythology gave us the Moirai, three sisters known as the Fates, Clotho, who spun the thread of life, Lachesis, who measured its length, and Atropos, who cut it short. While they didn't maintain books in the traditional sense, they wove the tapestry of fate, creating an unchangeable pattern that determined every mortal's destiny. Even Zeus, king of the gods, couldn't override their cosmic weaving. The Book of Light appears prominently in Judeo-Christian traditions, mentioned throughout the Bible as God's registry of the righteous. This divine ledger determines who receives eternal salvation, with names being either inscribed or blotted out based on one's faith and deeds. The book represents ultimate divine justice and mercy combined. But why did so many cultures independently develop this concept? The answer lies in humanity's fundamental need to understand purpose and meaning. The idea that our lives follow a predetermined script provides comfort in chaos and explanation for the unexplainable. It suggests that suffering has meaning, that justice will ultimately prevail, and that our existence matters in the grand cosmic order. These mythological books also reflect early attempts to understand causality and moral responsibility. If everything is recorded, then actions have consequences that extend beyond immediate experience. The books serve as cosmic accountability systems, ensuring that good and evil receive their proper rewards. Modern psychology has found that belief in predetermined fate can actually be quite liberating. When people believe their major life events are already written, they often experience less anxiety about uncertain futures and greater acceptance of present circumstances. However, this same belief can sometimes lead to fatalistic thinking that discourages personal agency and effort. Interestingly, quantum physics has introduced concepts that echo these ancient beliefs. Some interpretations suggest that all possible futures exist simultaneously until observation collapses them into reality. It's as if the universe maintains its own book of all potential fates, with consciousness serving as the reader who determines which story becomes real. The Book of Fate mythology continues to influence modern storytelling, from fantasy novels to blockbuster movies. We're still fascinated by the idea that somewhere, somehow, our stories are already written, waiting to unfold. Whether you believe in divine predestination or quantum possibilities, these ancient myths remind us that humans have always sought to understand their place in the vast, mysterious tapestry of existence.